Okay, we are back with the Premier League predictions. Obviously, last week's fixtures were postponed, but we're back now for game week 8, I do believe. And currently there are only 9 games out of the usual 10 being played. That is the Brighton and Crystal Palace game being postponed due to the public transport strikes. Game had to be postponed for the fans because they weren't able to attend. And also, there could be a few other cancellations this game week as well for the London clubs. Obviously, with what's going on in London, they said that there won't be enough police to attend the London games. But we continue with what we've got currently. 9 out of 10 games are being played. So we are going to be predicting those 9. So let's get straight into it with Aston Villa against Southampton. Aston Villa, in their last game, they managed to get a very good 1-1 draw against Manchester City. The late equaliser from Leon Bailey in that game did really well. And Southampton, they did lose 1-0 narrowly, a narrow defeat to Wolverhampton Wanderers in their last game. I do expect Aston Villa to win this one. They haven't had the greatest of past form, but at home at Villa Park, I'm going to back both sides to score, but I'm going to go for a 2-1 Aston Villa win. And then next, also being played on a Friday at 8 o'clock as well. We don't normally get that, but it's happening. Nottingham Forest against Fulham. 2 sides that were in the Championship last season, now facing each other in the Premier League. Nottingham Forest lost 3 on the bounce now, with the latest a 3-2 defeat to Bournemouth after they were leading 2-0 at half-time in that game before Bournemouth did come back and, win it 3-2. Fulham narrowly lost out in a 2-1 defeat to Tottenham. Their other defeat so far this season was against Arsenal, another top London club, and that again was a 2-1 defeat as well. So Fulham actually doing really well, currently in 10th place. Not many people expected them to be doing this well, I don't think. But Mitrovic, he's like second highest goal scorer, obviously first being Erling Haaland. But Mitrovic and Fulham, really surprising a lot of people this season. I'm going to go for a high-scoring draw in this one. I'm going to go 2-2. It's a really difficult one to predict this. At the City grounds, Nottingham Forest, I do expect them to pick up quite a few points there. I think that pretty much is where they're going to pick up their only points in the Premier League this season. Away from home, I don't really expect them to pick up much. But against a Fulham side that's just been too good, I'm going to say both sides to pick up a point. And then next up is Wolverhampton Wanderers against Manchester City. Wolves, they picked up the 1-0 victory against Southampton in their last game. But at the Molineux, Wolverhampton Wanderers, the defence, they're not really the greatest of sides. Wolves, just mainly the defence that stays strong, and then obviously sometimes it will get breached, but it's always very narrow. It'll be very, very tough for Manchester City in this game, especially after they've just got a 1-1 draw with Aston Villa. They'll want to bounce back with all 3 points. I think they will do it. I don't think Wolves will score, but I think it'll be a 2-0 Man City win. Erling Haaland to score again, maybe. And I'll go 2-0. I don't think it'll be a high scorer, but I think they should comfortably to get all 3 points. And then Brighton Crystal Palace is postponed, so we move on to Newcastle United against Bournemouth at St James's Park, where Bournemouth, as I did say, got that very good 3-2 victory against Nottingham Forest in their last game. Newcastle United picked up what was it now? Actually, I've forgotten now. It was that long ago. A 0-0 draw with Crystal Palace, yeah. That long ago. Can't really remember what their scores were like. Newcastle United mainly only picking up draws. I do think that they should pick up all 3 points in this one, get a win under the belt. Isaac looks a good striker for them. I mean, he did score on his debut against Liverpool. Didn't score in the 0-0 draw with Crystal Palace, obviously, but against Bournemouth, I think maybe he could get on the score sheet alongside with a couple of other players. I'm going to go for a 3-0 Newcastle win here. I'm going to go for quite a big prediction. Seeing that Bournemouth have scored 3 goals themselves in the last game, they could get 1, but Newcastle to pick up all 3 points in an easy victory, I think. And then it is Tottenham Hotspur against the struggling Leicester City, still yet to pick up a victory. And I don't think it's going to come in this game either. Brendan Rodgers maybe to be sacked after this game. Of course, Brighton are without a manager, so it works well with their fixture being postponed as well. Antonio Conte though, really good coach, turning Tottenham around. I think both sides will score because Leicester City, although they did get absolutely smashed 5-2 to Brighton in their last game, they have been struggling, but they can come up with a goal. Tottenham Hotspur, as I said, they've been doing really well. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory. They did pick up a 2-1 victory in the last game against Fulham, and at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium at home in this one, they should pick up all 3 points as well. So another victory for Tottenham, another defeat for Leicester in this one, 2-1. And then over to the Brentford Community Stadium against Arsenal, who did pick up their first defeat of the season against Manchester United in that 3-1 defeat. Brentford doing really well at the moment. They also got a high scoreline, didn't they? Yeah, 5-2 against Leeds United. Lots of big score lines the previous week. I'm going to say maybe a little upset here. I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go 1-1. Arsenal will want to bounce back from that defeat to Man United. And, given all these past victories, I just think at home for Brentford, they can pick up something here. They've done really well. Ivan Toney's on a good bit of form. I'm going to go for a point apiece in this one. 1-1. Shock result. Next up, Everton against West Ham. Both sides have been struggling in this one. I'm going to say a narrow 1-0 victory to West Ham. It's not going to be the greatest of games, this. An away victory for West Ham. I think they'll just edge it in this one. And then we can move on quickly to a really good game. This may be the final 2 games of the fixture of the game week. 2 actually very big ones to finish off on. Man United against Leeds. First up, Leeds United started off well, maybe struggling now a little bit against Man United, who looks like they've turned their season around. I think they will pick up all 3 points at Old Trafford. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Man United victory. And then we finish off with Chelsea against Liverpool. Now, there are talks of this being played, but at Liverpool at Anfield, obviously due to it being in London. But we're still yet waiting to find out if it is going to go ahead, if it's going to be postponed, or if it's going to be revenued to Anfield. But if it's going to go ahead like this, Chelsea against Liverpool, of course, Tuchel has been sacked, so it will be new manager in charge. Won't be a permanent manager, but will they have that new manager bounce? I mean, it always seems to happen. And against Liverpool, who have been, really struggling. I mean, they lost 4-1 to Napoli in the Champions League in the first game of the group stage, and Chelsea did lose 1-0 as well to a Croatian side. I think it was. I've forgotten the name now. I suppose you could say both sides had a poor start to the Champions League. I'm going to back the home side in this one, though. New manager bounce. They've got a pretty strong lineup themselves. Liverpool have been struggling. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to the Blues to wrap up my predictions for game week 6 of the 2022, not game week 6, game week 8 of the 2022/23 Premier League season. I will see you all in my next video. So, bye.